What's good, ladies and gentlemen? RFG is back. I am back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm back at it. Okay, I took a pretty long break because I had to handle some personal situations. Okay, and get that out of the way. But I am back, and this video in particular is probably going to be one of the most controversial videos I have ever done. Okay, and we all know that, most of the videos that I put out are controversial in some fashion, but this one in particular is going to be absolutely mind-blowing, just out of this world, literally. Okay, so stay tuned, listen very carefully, because you're about to get some very, very profound information. Okay, this video is going to be on the Species movie series that came out in the late 90s. Okay, the movie Species and all of the other movies that followed behind it. Okay, this movie came out in 1995. Now let's go ahead and read the plot summary of this movie. It says, during the SETI program, Earth scientists send out transmissions, okay, with information about Earth and its inhabitants, DNA structure, etc., in hopes of finding life beyond Earth. Then they receive transmissions from an alien source on how to create endless fuel effortlessly. Therefore, the scientists assume that this is a friendly alien species. From a second alien transmission, the scientists receive information about an alien DNA, along with instructions on how to splice it with human DNA. Okay, so these scientists were given information on how to splice human DNA, quote unquote human DNA, with alien DNA. Now, what I'm going to touch on and break down for you guys is when they say alien, they're really talking about melanated. Okay, anything in mainstream, or especially in these movies, that is talking about alien, when they say alien, they're talking about melanation, melanin. Okay, when they talk about human in the movie scenario, when they say human, they're talking about Caucasian. Okay, they're talking about mankind when they talk about human, because we all know human, the real human, is the color man, melanated man. But when they say human in the movies, you see, they're talking about the Caucasian race. They're talking about non-melanation. When they talk about alien, okay, it all goes back to melanation. Okay, so let's continue reading this. A government team led by Xavier Fitch goes forward with the galactic experiment, attempting to induce a female under assumption that a female would have more docile and controllable traits. One of the 100 experimental ova produces a girl named Seal, okay, which looks like a normal human but develops into a 12-year-old in only 3 months. Okay, so this entity that the world government created in outer space is a basic what you would call a mulatto. Okay, this character right here, Sil, in the movie series Species, is basically just, she's personifying a mulatto. What they're saying is her alien DNA is her melanated, quote unquote African DNA, and then the human DNA would be the Caucasian DNA. That is what they're saying. That is what this movie symbolizes, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, and I'm gonna break this down like no other. It'll shock me if I don't get flagged by YouTube for putting this out, for putting this information out. Okay, but right here in the plot summary, it says that this female right here, her mother race, okay, of quote unquote aliens, sent the world government basically information on how to splice human DNA with alien DNA. Okay? And so after that, they got that information, they followed the experiment, and they created an individual named Seal. Okay, named Seal, a female named Seal. And they thought she was going to be more docile because she was a female, but that's baloney, that is malarkey. Okay? The movie series Species is basically personifying the original female deities that fell from grace, okay, and inhabited this universe, this third dimension. And it's also personifying the mulatto woman, okay, a woman with melanated DNA and Caucasian DNA. Now, I'm gonna touch on this topic right here and just show you guys some of these pictures. Okay, this was the original movie cover for Species right here. We see her quote-unquote human form and her quote-unquote alien form. Okay, now let's look at Species 2, and let's look at the picture of when she changes over into her full quote-unquote alien form. Okay, this is Syl when she turns over to her quote-unquote full alien form. So you saw her face. You see, when she wasn't fully morphed over. This is her face when she fully was not morphed over, and this is her face when she's fully morphed over. So her face basically went from Caucasian traits to classic melanated traits. High cheekbones, full lips, a prominent eyebrow ridge, braids, very thick hair. See, they call them tentacles, but they're twisted. You see, they're twisted back into braid-like structures. That's what this deity represents. This deity right here represents the Netters, the original Netters. And actually, the Species creature, this quote-unquote alien, is an Egyptian deity known as Hathor. Okay? And Hathor, the Egyptian deity Hathor, is Lucifer. And I'm going to be breaking that down real soon. So just, stay tuned and pay attention. Let's look at this other picture of Seal. Okay? We saw what Seal looked like before she was morphed over. Now remember, she has a piece of Caucasian DNA and a piece of quote-unquote alien DNA. Okay? That's when she fully hasn't morphed over. This is what she looks like when she's fully morphed over. Okay? Now, even the people who made the comic book series knew what the hell they were doing. Let's look at when she's fully morphed over in the Species comic book. In the comic book, classical African / melanated features. High cheekbones, full lips, prominent eyebrow ridge, also braids, twisted hair that is pulled to the back. Who are they talking about, ladies and gentlemen? You tell me. Who are they talking about? It's clear as day. Clear as day. Like I said, when they say that word alien, in mainstream, they're talking about melanated people. Melanated people. That come from the Sirius star system. Here's another one. Full lips. Okay? Prominent eyebrow ridges, high cheekbones, hair is pulled back. Hair is pulled back into braid-like structures. Okay, we can keep it going. Let's keep it going. Okay? Once again, full lips, high cheekbones. Okay? Her hair is pulled back upright in braid-like structures. Okay? This is a quote-unquote African melanated woman. This is a melanated goddess. The movie series Species, that came out in the late 1990s. Okay, this right here, okay, is technically a mulatto woman, but really there's no such thing, genetically speaking, there's no such thing as a mulatto woman, because the melanated trait, the melanated DNA, is the dominant DNA. Okay, so the dominant overpowers the recessive. So technically speaking, you know, this is representing a melanated goddess. Okay, known as Hathor, and they put it in the movie titled Species to make our melanated goddess look like an alien. You see what I'm saying? Full lips, high cheekbones, prominent eyebrow ridge, hair braided up and pulled back. Okay? African melanated features, African melanated features, African melanated features. And this is just going to be a compare and contrast. Look at that, and look at this model Naomi Campbell. Look at the cheekbones. Look at the those proportioned eyebrow ridges that come out. Look at the full lips. Okay, and if her hair was braided back, okay, it would almost be a perfect example of what these people were trying to personify in the Species movie series. Okay, they're talking about the African slash, you know, melanated woman. That's what they're talking about. And in this movie, okay, this deity right here, known as Sil, is really a deity known as Hathor. Now, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys know what Hathor is. Hathor is an Egyptian goddess. And the big secret, one of the biggest secrets in the world, is that Hathor is a melanated woman. Okay, Hathor is a melanated woman. And what they didn't tell us is Hathor is the biblical Lucifer. Okay? Is the biblical Lucifer. And Lucifer's angels were more female angels, and they were just like this Sil character. Okay? They were female warriors. They were female goddesses slash warriors. Okay? This is where the female warriors of the Amazon, this is where their DNA lineage goes back to. The female goddesses that go back to Hathor. Okay? That Sirius star system that we see in the night as well, these female goddesses come from that star system. Just like the Anunnaki, just like the Nomos, just like the Elohims. Okay? What they're not telling us is these female deities were more powerful, and these female deities, okay, were older, a lot older. And these female deities were capable of reproducing on their own, because these female deities, okay, Hathor's crew, they had sperm in their bone marrow. Okay, these female goddesses, these original Amazon warriors that had DNA lineage going back to the to these female goddesses, okay, that came from the Sirius star system. They had sperm in their bone marrow. They produced asexually. They did not need a male to reproduce, ladies and gentlemen. They didn't need it. Okay? That's what made them goddesses. Okay? Now let me tell you what made these deities lose the power of producing asexually and having to now succumb to the power of a man to reproduce. The females fell, okay? Hathor and the Netters, the Netterus, they fell out of the 7th density. Out of 7th and 5th density, the female deities fell into this 3rd dimensional realm, okay? Hathor, that is Lucifer falling. Okay, I'm gonna touch on that soon as this video ends. But now I'm getting ready to touch on what we know as Wonder Woman. Okay? We all know what Wonder Woman is. We all know what Wonder Woman is, right? If you do your research, Wonder Woman is what they call an Amazon goddess. So what is the definition of Amazon? The definition of Amazon is female warrior, female goddess, female warrior. Who are the original inhabitants of the Amazon jungle? The Califian warriors and the Incans. So if you're talking about Amazon female goddesses, you have to be talking about female members of the Incan civilization and female members of the Califian civilization that came from the Amazon. So this picture of an Amazon goddess known as Wonder Woman is false, and I'm going to go ahead and prove it. Okay? If you do your research and you actually read and study the Wonder Woman comic book series, this is the real Wonder Woman. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this in front of you right now is Wonder Woman's sister known as Nubia. Go research Wonder Woman's sister known as Nubia. Wonder Woman had a melanated sister named Nubia, okay? And Nubia was a fallen angel. Let me repeat. Nubia was a fallen angel that was casted into the underworld, the underrealms, and she planned to take her power back from this Wonder Woman. Okay? So, right here, we have a melanated goddess going after, okay, a female deity with Caucasian DNA to take something back that belongs to her. And this was the original Wonder Woman if you read and study the comic book series, okay? This is Nubia. This was the original female goddess of the Amazon. The Amazon female goddesses were melanated females, ladies and gentlemen, and they had the power to produce sperm in their bone marrow. They did not have to mate with males until after they fell from 5th density to 3rd density, okay? And because of that, the creator of the universe stripped the females of that power. So they don't have liquid sperm in their bone marrows anymore. They have a period, okay? They omit bodily secretions and they bleed, okay, for a certain period of time, 13 times a year. And that is a punishment that the universal creator put on the woman, and originally the melanated woman, okay? Because it was the melanated woman that fell from grace. It was the melanated woman that wanted to be like God. It was the melanated woman who basically betrayed, okay, her sister and fell from grace. I'm going to blow you guys away, okay? So just look, here's the proof. Here's the proof. Here's Nubia confronting Wonder Woman saying, I am the real Wonder Woman. Nubia, my black sister. Right here in front of our faces, ladies and gentlemen. Why do the Zionist Jews who write these comics, why do they know our history, but we don't? Right here. Okay? This is Nubia. This is the real Wonder Woman. And they put it right in front of our faces. And, you know what I'm saying? Nobody picked up on it. Nobody said anything. Nobody caught on. Right in front of our faces, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? In the comic book, Nubia actually defeated this, what you would call an artificial Wonder Woman. She got defeated. Okay? Nubia defeated her. Okay? So when you're talking about Nubia, you're talking about the original female goddesses of the Amazon. Okay, the original people on this planet were the female goddesses of the Amazon that reproduced asexually from sperm in their bone marrow. That's what Nubia represents, the real Wonder Woman, the original human deities on this planet. That's what she represents. Okay, that's what they're never gonna tell us, and the information that they're never gonna let become public. Okay, so the female goddesses that came from the Sirius star system, known as the Neters. They were known as the Neters, the Neterus. Okay, they created offspring. Okay, the Khalifian women, the Incan women. That the Khalifian and the Incan women were offspring of the Neters. Okay, of the Sirius goddesses that came from the Sirius star system. They were male deities and female deities that came from that star system, but originally they were female. Okay, that is the biggest secret. That is the biggest secret on the planet, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, Lucifer was a female, and baby, we're about to prove that right now. About to prove that right now. Okay? Now, last time I checked, it says in your Bible, in your good book, that Lucifer was the most beautiful angel. That Lucifer was the most beautiful angel. Now, let me repeat that. They didn't say Lucifer was the most handsome angel. They didn't say, you know, Lucifer was the most attractive angel. They said Lucifer was the most beautiful angel. Now, if we do our research, beautiful is a description of a female energy. Beautiful is a description of female energy. They did not call the people who translated the Bible. They did not call Lucifer handsome. Okay? They did not call Lucifer good looking. They did not call Lucifer attractive. They called Lucifer beautiful. Now, do you go down the street and do you call a man who looks like, you know, he gets a lot of women? Do you say you're beautiful? Do you go up and say you're beautiful to a man? No, that's going to make you look stupid. You don't call a man beautiful, you call a man handsome. Okay? When you call something beautiful, you're talking about feminine energy. So when they called Lucifer beautiful, the most beautiful angel, they called Lucifer a feminine deity. Lucifer is a feminine name. Lucy, the word Lucy comes from Lucifer. The deity Lucifer is associated with the planet Venus. Okay? Venus represents love and physical beauty, music, art, fertility. Okay? Just like Lucifer. Same thing as Venus. Well, if we study ancient Kemetic alchemy and these ancient Kemetic gods, let's look at Hathor. Let's look at Hathor, goddess of the sky, dance, love, beauty, joy, motherhood, foreign lands, mining, music, and fertility. So the goddess of beauty, music, and fertility. Didn't they tell you that Lucifer was the god of music, beauty, okay, and love and physical beauty? This description is basically the same description of Lucifer. Love, beauty, music, and fertility. Okay? Hathor. Hathor. H-A-T. Hathor. Hathor. Who is Thor? Thor is the god with the hammer that shoots down electricity. When they said that Lucifer fell from grace, she fell like falling lightning, okay? Because her name was Hathor, and it was Thor's lightning bolt when Lucifer fell from 7 density to 5 density to 3 density. Hathor is Lucifer, okay? And she is a female deity, and she fell like fallen lightning. That's why her name is Hathor, Thor's lightning bolt, right in front of our face. Hathor is really Lucifer, a female deity, okay? Venus, the planet Venus, that's what they're talking about. So Venus, Lucifer, and Hathor are the same female deities that fell from grace. Okay, when these female deities, known as the Neters, fell from grace, that is when the pyramids were built. When they fell from 7th density to 5th density, pyramids were built all across the planet. The pyramid is a masculine structure. It is a masculine structure, okay, that symbolizes the male orgasm. The pyramid structures across the planet are male structures. Okay, they symbolize male dominance, male energy, and the male orgasm. And they were placed on all 7 continents, or 13 continents, all around the planet when the planet fell from 7th density to 5th density. When the planet fell from 5th density to 3rd density, that was the official fall of the Neters. That was the official fall of the woman. That was the official fall of Hathor, the original female goddesses of this universe. Okay? They fell. They lost their consciousness. They lost their power. They lost their power and control because Hathor, aka Lucifer, aka Venus, got too greedy, got too lustful, got too power hungry, got too what do you call it? She had too much vanity. Okay? She had way too much pride, way too much vanity, and she fell from grace. Lucifer, aka Hathor. She fell like fallen lightning. That's why her name is Hathor, Thor's lightning bolt. And when she fell from 5th density to 3rd density, male deities, male gods erected phallic symbols, obelisk symbols all over the world to symbolize male dominance all over the world. And they did this after the female god fell from grace. Okay? As we get lower and lower in the dimensions, okay, more and more masculine energy is going to take over this world. So as the consciousness of the people on this earth, as it keeps going down, okay, it's going to stay dominated in masculine male energy and patriarchy. As we get higher and higher and higher throughout the realms, 5D, 7D, 9D, okay, those universes are going to be more dominated by feminine energy, okay? The original gods or goddesses, the original gods were goddesses. In ancient Egypt, in ancient India, even in the Americas, okay? In ancient China, ancient Australia, it all went back to a female goddess. In South America with the Incas and the Califians, it all went back to a female goddess. Ladies and gentlemen, do your research. The original Wonder Woman, her name is Nubia. She represents the female goddesses of the Amazon, the female warriors that produced asexually and did not need a man to reproduce. Okay? But when she fell to 3rd dimension, she now needed a man to produce offspring for her. Okay? That was part of the woman's punishment of falling. That was part of Lucifer, aka Hathor's fall. That was the punishment for her fall. Okay, the period, the drawing of blood during the period, the pain during childbirth, and her needing a man to reproduce. That was all punishment on women for the fall of the original melanated woman known as Hathor. And this Species movie series touches on this big time, because this species right here, Seal, this character Seal, represents the original Neters, the female goddesses, okay, that traveled from the Sirius star system to the Amazon rainforest of South America. Ladies and gentlemen, look at her boned features, okay? Look at her hair. Those are African. Those are melanated. Look at it again. Look at it again. Look at it again, ladies and gentlemen. These are the Neters, aka the Amazon female goddesses, female warriors. And in this series, Seal, okay, in the movie series Species, she was looking for a man to reproduce. She was a female looking for a man to reproduce, okay? So she was going after the man, putting him under a spell, and then, you know, making sure that his sperm fertilized her eggs. It was the female who was dominant and chasing down and basically attacking the men so she can have them impregnate her. If you do your research, the female Amazon warriors did the exact same thing, ladies and gentlemen. They did the exact same thing. The Califian and the Incan goddesses. The Incan goddesses, the Incan female warriors, and the Califian female warriors did the exact same thing. They chose the man to produce their offspring. This goes back to matriarchy, when the females had power in this world. Okay? This is why all of our continents and our countries are named after females. Okay? We live on a planet where the continents and the countries, 95 to 98% of them are named after females, because the original inhabitants of this earth were females. The original goddesses, warriors were females. Okay? Very, very profound information, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very profound. And if you do your research, these female goddesses of the Amazon, they chased down and dominated their men and had them impregnate them with their sperm, because that was when the world was under something called matriarchy. Now that the woman has been officially dethroned, it is now a patriarchy. Okay, so that about sums up this decoded video. Sums up Species and Wonder Woman Decoded. I appreciate everyone who supports RFG movement and Atlantean movement. Like, subscribe, share this video. It's the chosen one.